The Princess and the Frog failing is why this movie is called Tangled instead of Rapunzel. Tangled turns 15 years old this month, so here are 9 facts I bet you never knew about it. Fact number 1. Walt Disney first thought about adapting the fairy tale Rapunzel in the 1930s and 40s, but it never came to be because the story was deemed too small. Flash forward 60 years to the late 90s, and Disney animator Glenn Keane brought it up again. This time, Disney CEO Michael Eisner gave him approval to develop it as a feature. But fact number 2, Eisner wanted Rapunzel to be set in modern-day San Francisco. So Keane, working at Disney Animation Studios, developed a story in which 2 modern teens from the Bay Area get magically transported to a fantasy world and into the bodies of Rapunzel and her prince. It was called Rapunzel Unbraided, and in 2004, Kristen Chenoweth was in talks to play Rapunzel, with Reese Witherspoon and Dan Fogler also in the potential cast. Fact number 3, Disney buying Pixar saved the movie. Ultimately, Keane decided that the modern day thing didn't work, and so he went back to the drawing board to do a more earnest version of the story. But in January 2006, Disney Animation shut down the project. Luckily, Disney was also in the process of buying Pixar at this time, and when it did, it put John Lasseter in charge of both animation studios, and he liked Rapunzel and encouraged Keane to keep going. Fact number 4, the writers struggled to crack the movie's story. According to the movie's co-director, Nathan Greeno, they could not figure out how to get Rapunzel out of the tower, without just ending the movie right there. Wasn't her escape her main goal? But then in a brainstorming session, animator John Ripa came up with a solution: the mysterious floating lanterns. Fact number 5, hundreds of actors auditioned for Rapunzel, including future Frozen stars Idina Menzel and Kristen Bell. Mandy Moore auditioned with a cover of the Joni Mitchell song Help Me and booked the role after several audition sessions. At first, producers only wanted British actors for Flynn Rider. Zachary Levi somehow got through with a fake British accent, and they liked him but didn't like the accent, so they allowed Flynn to have an American dialect. Moore and Zach Levi only met once while making the movie, when they recorded I See the Light. Fact number 6, Glenn Keane originally wanted the movie to be 2D hand-drawn animation, but the studio ultimately mandated that the project be 3D computer animated. So Keane worked hard with the team to preserve the traditional Disney aesthetic. Keane explained, "I want to bring the warmth and intuitive feel of hand-drawn to CGI," which meant inventing new technology to create fluid and lush visuals, like Rapunzel's hair. Senior software engineer Kelly Ward spent 6 years writing programs to make the hair move the way they wanted it to. The film's art style was heavily influenced by traditional oil paintings, specifically the Rococo works of French artist Jean-Honoré Fragonard. Fact number 7, they wanted Flynn Rider to be, quote, the most handsome, most attractive male lead Disney ever had, so they held a hot man meeting where they polled 30 women in the studio on what they find attractive in a man. The women helped narrow down hundreds of research images and concept art to the final drawing. Fact number 8, The Princess and the Frog's failure is why the movie is called Tangled. When The Princess and the Frog underperformed at the box office in 2009, the studio blamed the word princess, saying it turned boys off of that movie. So they decided this movie can't be called Rapunzel, instead titling it Tangled. Disney did get some backlash to this, with some calling the title Tangled sexist. It should be noted, in many international markets, the movie was called Rapunzel. Fact number 9, Tangled is reportedly the most expensive animated movie ever made. It ended up having a production budget of $260 million, which is $389 million adjusted for inflation. It ended up grossing $592 million at the box office in 2010 and $215 million in home video sales. Critics and audiences loved it. It was nominated for 1 Oscar, Best Song, and it spawned a TV series featuring the original stars, a video game, a cruise ship stage show, and a live-action remake is in the works, with Scarlett Johansson in talks for the villain role of Mother Gothel.